Hello, and welcome to the second part of our personal finance series. And today we will teach you how to create your own personal balance sheet that can be easily viewed on your personal mobile devices. In this talk, we will use Microsoft Excel application installed in our phone, and we also recommend that this file be saved on a cloud storage so that you can also access this in your computers or laptops. So let's now begin by installing Microsoft Excel app to your mobile device. Go to Play Store. Type Microsoft Excel in the search bar. Then install. After installing, open the app. Let's create a new file by clicking on the plus sign in the upper right corner. Choose the blank template. The advantage of using blank Excel worksheet is that you can be very flexible on how you want the report to look like and easily make edits on it. It has all the functionalities of a Microsoft document. First, let's allow for a small left margin on our report. And then let's put the name of the reporting entity or individual. For example, Brown Collar Channel. You can put your name here as the reporting entity. And then let's put the name of the report, balance sheet, or statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth if you want. And the date of the report, in this example, let's put December 31st, 2023. We now have the header of our report. Let's us go to the report contents. First are the assets. Cash. Marketable securities. Accounts receivable. Retirement funds. And then the subtotal for current assets. This is the sum of the items above. Next, non-current assets. Real estate properties. Automobiles. Jewelries. Then the subtotal for non-current assets. Sum. Then total assets. It is the sum of current and non-current assets. You can put as many assets class as you want in this report. Just categorize them as current or non-current. You can also watch our first video about balance sheet on how to categorize assets. As we have said, the report that we are doing is very flexible and can be adapted based on your reporting needs. After the assets, we can now go to the liabilities. The most common, credit cards. Other short-term payables. Subtotal for current liabilities. Then the non-current liabilities. House mortgages. Auto loans. Other personal loans. Subtotal for non-current liabilities. Total liabilities, sum of current and non-current liabilities. And finally, we can now compute for our net worth. Total assets minus total liabilities. We have now created the contents of our personal balance sheet. Let's edit the fonts to make it more presentable. Let's start with the header. The entity name. Change the font color. Bold style. Font size, make it larger. Let's make the balance sheet also on bold style and larger. Same with the date. Edit the date format depending on the format you prefer. Make the other subheaders bold. And the subtotals. Edit the borders of the subtotals. Choose top and double bottom border for total assets. Choose top border for current assets and non-current assets. Repeat the same formats for the liabilities and net worth. After that, let's make a percentage column wherein we will measure the percentage of all items in the balance sheet against the total asset figures. Cash divided by total assets. And then we will lock total assets cells so that when we can copy the formula to other cells, total asset in cell D19 will not move in the formula when copied to other cells. We are getting an error result because we are dividing 0 by 0, but once you filled up all the necessary figures in this balance sheet, this will not come up. But in case there is zero amount in certain periods, for example, credit cards, you have paid all balances and you will put 0 in the balance sheet. In cases there are zeros and to avoid the error, let's edit the formula if error, put 0. Let's change the format to percentage. Take out the decimal points. Let's copy it on all balance sheet items. Let's make the amount columns into number formats. Number format. Click the comma. In the number formats, let's decrease the decimal numbers by 2 clicks in order not to show the decimal points. This is now our personal balance sheet. Let us now make the schedules of the balance sheet items in different sheets. Click the sheet icon. Add. Rename it as Assets. Let's put Current Assets as header. Make it bold. The first balance sheet item is cash. Let's make a table. Amount. Percentage to total asset. Notes if you have any comments on the balance sheet item. Allow for 10 rows. It depends on your needs. Type total below the 10 rows. Let's make it bold. And the total. Make it a table by editing the borders. All borders. And then the total of the amount, top and bottom border. Number format and decrease the decimal points. In the total of the amounts, put sum of the 10 rows. Put here also the formula of the percentage of the asset over total assets. Amount divided by total assets in the balance sheet. Number format. Percentage. Decrease decimal points by 2. Let's lock the total assets figure. Put if error 0 in order not to shows error results when amount is 0. Copy the formula to all rows. Make the total percentage bold. Copy the whole table including the notes, for other asset class. Let's put non-current assets here. Then edit the labels of the tables. Marketable securities. Accounts receivable. Retirement funds. Next, non-current assets. Real estate properties. Automobiles or boats or aircraft. Jewelries or art collections or antiques. We now have the assets schedule. Let's duplicate it for liabilities. Put it after the assets. Current liabilities. Credit cards. Short-term payables. Delete the other tables that will not be used. Non-current liabilities. Real estate mortgages. Auto loans. Other personal loans. Let us now connect the items here in the balance sheet to their respective schedules. Cash equals total cash in the assets sheet. Do the same for all balance sheet items. Connect them to the total of their respective tables. Our personal balance sheet is now complete and ready for use. Let's make a small demo on how to use the personal balance sheet we created. Starting with cash, you may open your bank mobile applications to check the current balances of your deposits. Sample: you have a salary account with Chase for $43,000. Savings account with Bank of America for $30,000. And you have a 3-month time deposit. Time deposit more than 3 months should be classified as marketable securities. Under marketable securities, you have stock investments. Mutual funds. Cryptocurrency. Under accounts receivable, you have a loan receivable from your sister. If it is doubtful to collect a receivable, do not include it anymore. Or just deduct the doubtful amount. Then medical reimbursement. You can add and delete rows in the tables without affecting the formulas. Under Retirement Funds, Individual Retirement Account. Annuity Fund. You can also include here College Fund, since they have the same nature, and cash value of life insurance. Going to non-current assets. Under Real Estate Properties, let's put residence then the purchase price of the property. Condo for rent, rest houses, second home, etc. Under Automobiles, list your cars and the depreciated value. For example, Toyota, you bought it for $30,000 with useful life of 5 years and remaining life of 3 years. Using the straight line depreciation method, and for simplicity, 30,000 divided by 5 years useful life times 3 years remaining. Honda, 40,000 purchase price divided by 5 years useful life times 2 years remaining. Next, you can put the cost of your jewelries, antiques, art collections, and other assets in the last table. Review all the tables, put notes on all items if necessary. Going to the next sheet, Liabilities. Credit cards. Again, you may open your bank mobile applications and check your credit card balances. Under short-term payables, you can put here the current portion of the long-term loans, the portion that will be payable within 12 months. And then the long-term portion of the liabilities, portion payable beyond 12 months from balance sheet date. auto loans, and other long-term loans. Our balance sheet is now finished. Financial analysis. On one glance, you can have a bird's eye view of your financial status and as a result make intelligent financial decisions. We can see that fixed assets, or non-current assets, make up 2/3 of the total assets, while current assets make up 1/3 of the total assets. Real estate properties is your biggest asset item, making up 63%. Our total assets is $1.1 million, while total liabilities is only $292,000, and we have 74% equity, which means we have a good financial position. Much of our net worth comes from equity on the real estate properties. 710,000 real estate properties less 227,000 mortgages equals 483,000. 483,000 or 58% of the net worth comes from real estate properties. Then, our total cash is 123,000 at 11% of total assets. Our investments is 163,000 at 15%. Current assets is greater than current liabilities, which means we are solvent and has the ability to pay debts as they come due. Let us save now our work. First, download Microsoft OneDrive if you haven't done so. This is the preferred cloud storage since we are also using Microsoft Excel. Search OneDrive in the Play Store and download. Go back to our balance sheet. Save as personal balance sheet in OneDrive. You may now open your balance sheet in your laptop or computer. First, log into Microsoft OneDrive in your computer, same account with your Microsoft OneDrive in your mobile phone. Then you can now access the file. Open Personal Balance Sheet. Let us add some more edits. Hide the unnecessary lines in the report. Go to View. Untick Grid Lines. Make allowance for right margin. Select each header line and click Merge and Center. Do not include the left and right margins in the merge of cells. Put a thick outside border in the document. Save the changes in OneDrive. When you open again the document in your phone, you will see the changes. And that's all for creating a personal balance sheet. Thank you for watching this video. Click the link in the description below to get a copy of the personal balance sheet. I have also created a couple's balance sheet where you can segregate the ownership of the husband, the wife, and the joint ownership, and have a consolidated balance sheet. This is also available in the link below. In our next video, we will create an additional dashboard report for the balance sheet with financial ratios that will facilitate a better analysis of this financial statement for the benefit of the users. Please don't forget to subscribe in this channel brown collar so that you will be updated on future videos about personal finance. Thank you.